this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Tonight I'm going to answer a question that many seem to have, is how do I cure my glass paint once I've painted my glassware? Now, I will highly recommend that you read the directions on your product because it varies greatly from one product to the next. Now, I am very experienced at folk art enamels, painted several thousand pieces of glass with that product. I'm venturing over into the multi-surface by folk art because I do paint on wood and glass, so I figure just buying one paint instead of buying two different kinds is worth the money savings that I will have. So anyways, I have also had experience with the porcelain paint by Peebo. This is the porcelain 150, and also your Liquitex glossies. So just to give you an example, if I'm painting with either one of these products here, which are made by Plaid, they're folk art products, the multi-surface or the enamels, both are made for glassware. I will allow them, whatever piece I'm painting, to dry for an hour. Then I will bake the glass for 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Moving on to the Peebo and the glossies, the Liquitex glossies, those products both have to dry for 24 hours before baking. The Peebo is baked at 300 degrees for 35 minutes. The Liquitex glossies are baked at 325 degrees for 45 minutes. Both of these, to my knowledge, need to be cured by baking and not air drying. Now, correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but that is my knowledge, after doing a lot of research with these products. If I'm wrong, though, please let me know if you are familiar with them. The folk art enamel and the multi-surface can actually air dry for 21 days. Now, that doesn't mean that they're not dry to touch. They're just not fully cured like they would be if you baked them in the oven. That cures them quicker. I've also read where, and whether or not it's true, that if you bake the product, it actually makes it more durable as opposed to the air drying. Now, have I tested that? No. So that's just something I've read. One thing to keep in mind with the folk art enamels or the multi-surface, the thicker you put the paint on, the more durable and longer it will last. Now, that's why a lot of my newer glassware, I have a tendency to base coat the glass and then do a design on top of that, because that's giving it added protection. But that being said, you do have to be careful that you're not putting it on too thickly and then baking it, because it will bubble. So just keep that in mind. That is something that you need to be cautious with. Probably do some trial and error so you get a feel for the paint. I highly recommend when you're getting started with glass painting that you do try a lot of the products to see what works best for the type of painting you do. Now, you might find that you need a couple different types of paint depending on if you're versatile with the type of designs that you do. So this product will be more opaque. This product will be more like stained glass. This product can be like stained glass, and I have seen people use this and actually make it more opaque just by adding coats. So eventually I may do a video showing the differences in the paints, but I do know from my experiences with them that the behavior is different from one product to the next. So that's why I say experiment if you can afford to do so, to feel what's right for you and what works for the projects that you're working on. Alright, so one of the main things to keep in mind is that you need to place your glassware in a cold oven, allowing it the drying time you need based on the product you're using. Place it in the cold oven. Now I'm standing mine upright, sitting it on the rack. You can do it upside down, you can place a baking sheet in there, it doesn't really matter, it's up to you. The main thing to keep in mind is the spacing on your racks. If it allows your glass to sit flat without them falling over, you know, depending on the size of the glasses you're doing or what type of glass you do, because there's such a variety of glassware to paint. So keep that in mind. If you feel like they're more stable with a baking sheet underneath them, by all means put a baking sheet underneath them. So then when I'm ready to bake, I go ahead and I turn my oven on. My oven automatically comes to 350. I don't know if that's a general thing for all ovens, but mine's typically at that setting. Then my oven takes about 20 minutes to preheat up to the bake time, or the bake heat, I should say. So keeping that in mind, you need to know what your preheat time is on your oven. Add that to the bake time. You want to bake your product for the full 30 minutes or 35 minutes or whatever at the recommended heat for that time amount. So with the folk art, I need it to be at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. The Pivo, I need it to be at 300 degrees for 35 minutes, and the glossies, I need to have it at 325 for 45 minutes. So add your bake time to that. Once you're done, turn off your oven, and I'm going to run my time down to a minute. Whoops, I keep doing that. Or I guess it's supposed to be a second, but it doesn't time out like that. But anyhow, I then wait till the oven completely cools. So you might want to go on and do something else while you're waiting. And then when it's time to pull it out, the time will be when it's completely cooled. Then you pull your glassware out, sit it out. You know, you don't have to with these products, you don't actually have to do any application of varnish or spray. To set the paints with the products that I'm mentioning here. Now again, there might be other products that require other preparations besides just cleaning the glass and such. These do not require you to add anything else to them. But with that being said, I do like to add the Mod Podge, that's the dishwasher safe gloss. Now adding that just to the actual design, trying to avoid the clear gloss part because I don't want that to be seen. So again, that's not necessary, but that is something that you can do. I know some people were talking about adding spray varnish. The only problem I have with stuff like that is that that is not non-toxic. Also, spraying something, you are going to find that you might have some spray bubbles on the clear gloss part that, for me, that would bother me. If it doesn't bother you, then do what you need to do. But with this type of a product, with the Mod Podge, it goes on nicely, and like I said, I try to avoid the clear spots. It's easier for me to control if I'm brushing and not spraying. I don't think spraying stuff is very easy. Other people probably think it's awesome. So whatever you're comfortable with, do it. But it's not necessary. So anyways, if you have any questions, if you like this video, you know, give me a comment down below. Let me know if you liked it or not. If you have any other topics that you would like me to do videos on, I'd love to hear that in the comments. Things that you'd like to see me create videos on. Love to get your advice. If you are here, please make sure that you subscribe to my videos. Hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I upload a new video. and then make sure that you like, comment, and share with your friends. And until the next video, I appreciate you stopping by. I'd love it if you'd help me grow my channel. And until the next video, you have a good one.